Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life, and in today's video, I'm gonna do some speed consistency tests. It's early in the morning, off-peak times, so you guys can see. Okay, I'm gonna go to these areas later on in the day when it is peak times and do the same test again, so we can see if the consistency stays the same or if it changes when peak times are. So this will definitely be also another good way to test Cricket. Alright, so currently, second day, as you can see, 6.2 gigabytes used, unlimited high-speed data. So I'm definitely gonna test it out to the max. So let's get started with the tests. Currently connected to band 17, as you can see on the screen. And we are still at where we are capped at. Now keep in mind, band 17 compared to T-Mobile's band 12, big difference. T-Mobile's band 12 is at 5 megahertz, AT&T's is at 10, aggregated with 2 other bands, so it performs a lot better. Even at higher, like right now I'm at 105 on the signal strength, which is pretty high, but as you can see, I'm still getting pretty good speeds right now. It's 6:08 a.m. so it is considered a holiday, so people are still asleep, so definitely keep that in mind when I'm running this test. And like I said before in my other videos, I'm looking for consistency. I'm not looking to get 90 megabits on one tower and then I make a U-turn and I only get 1.2 megabits. I'm looking for a consistent network. I don't know if you've heard this, Verizon has said it in plenty of their press releases. They're not looking to give customers crazy speeds. As long as the average experience is between 5 to 12 megabits, Verizon is okay with that. And I know in a lot of other markets, they're getting faster and faster because they're adding more capacity with their, LTE advanced, their carrier aggregation, small cells, more macro cells, density, which is good. So, but they're just preparing the network for more traffic, more highway lanes, so to speak. So I'm gonna really test this network out, and I'll let you guys know my final thoughts and review probably after the first 30 days, and then see where I'm at on the gigabytes to also see if it is truly unlimited and not capped even more after we already capped at 8 megabits. So far speeds have been pretty consistent. Now do keep in mind, as you can see, the ping is always going to be high in the hundreds. It is running off a proxy server, and depending on how close you are to that proxy server, if you're actually really, really close to the tower and to the proxy server, you could get as low as, I think I've seen like 95 is the lowest ping that I've seen on Cricket, but usually it's in between 105 and 115 in that area, and sometimes even a little higher. So keep that in mind too, but that has no effect on the network whatsoever as far as the phone's performance. As you saw in my last video, I was able to stream a 1440p video with no hiccups. Alright, so we're going to drive around a little more, do some more testing, and I will make another test at about, I want to do this one probably like about, today it'll be good to do it around 2:30, because a lot of people are at home, active, not at work, so I don't have to really necessarily wait till about 5 o'clock for the towers to take on big traffic. So as you can see now, I guess I must be closer to a proxy server. Ping is a little lower. Can you imagine if T-Mobile had 10 megahertz of band 12? Oh man, that would lead me to believe that T-Mobile is going to be very, very competitive. But I don't see T-Mobile getting really, really competitive until they get the 600 megahertz rolled out. Once they get that 600 megahertz rolled out, and if they can get a 10 by 10 megahertz slice across the nation with their network skills and their team, it's going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty good. It's going to be pretty good. And then their capex will go up too. It's going to be really good for the competition. Alrighty, so speeds are consistent still. Like, do keep in mind, once again, it is 6 a.m. in the morning. I do want to say something though, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know this. If you look at the video, AT&T's network is not dense at all. I've been at around 100 on the signal strength for quite some time. I don't know if you noticed it, and it hasn't really dropped. So there's no density in their network whatsoever. That's one thing I got to give up to T-Mobile. They are much denser than AT&T. Much denser. Yeah, so if you have to watch the video again, you know, keep an eye on the signal strength, and you'll see. With T-Mobile, in this area, I would have been at about a 75 to 70 a few times already. I passed a lot of towers since I've been driving around. But with AT&T, it's not too dense. I've been on band 17 for quite some time. Alright, and as you can see now, the signal strength is getting lower. So I'm getting closer to a tower. Okay, yeah, as you can see now on the signal strength, if you check it out, I'm getting closer to now I'm in the 70s, now I'm getting closer to an AT&T tower. But like I said, if you want to check it again, just look at how long I was at around 100 on the signal strength. And, you know, that could be a little iffy there with AT&T. You know, that means they have slim to none on the density side. And they're adding plenty of spectrum on the towers. There's, you know, three-way carrier aggregation live. on pretty much all sites that I've seen so far. Yeah, I'm passing the tower now, so definitely keep that in mind with Cricket. They are 100% riding on T-Mobile. I mean, on AT&T's network. So AT&T needs to get more dense if they want to really compete against Verizon. I know they have a lot of focus in other areas right now, media, DirecTV, expanding into Mexico and all that stuff, but they need to start really investing in their United States network and, you know, get better. There's still a lot of, and this is the thing where I would really like AT&T to finally invest once and for all. They have a lot of HSPA Plus still out there that can be converted over to LTE along highways and interstates, and I think that would really, you know, help them out tremendously. Not saying that HSPA Plus is bad or anything like that. I'm just saying that could be converted over to LTE. I don't know what's holding them back. So, and now we're back in the hundreds on the signal strength and still on band 17. So band 17, the phone seems to like band 17 as a primary. Let's do one more speed test, and then I'm gonna do another one later on this afternoon. And this video won't go live until Friday. You know, I didn't want to upload anything on the holiday. You know, you guys are spending time with your family, all that good stuff, watching football. So alrighty, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you the results. And as you can see, dropped off a little there to 5, but pretty much 8 consistently. Also, I'm going to show you some of the slower tests that I've gotten. So the slowest one that I've gotten this morning was at 5.26. So as you can see here, these are some of the slower ones. So here I'm at 2.6, 2.7, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, and then back up to 8, and then 3, which is still usable. But then, as you can see, it's back to normal. So definitely keep this in mind. This is early in the morning. I'm going to do some peak times later on, some consistency tests, you know, so we can really see. We can really test it. I'm going to test it to the max, so if you guys do decide to move over or whatever, you know what you're getting yourself into. So I'm going to test this, you know, 100%. So alrighty, I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. And this is Tyrone with Tech Life. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.